did you guys see that with the how it's called? China on Gacha games. Yeah, exactly here. China proposes new game restrictions that may, from when is the 22nd December. China's late. I think that's the one. Wait, let me see. Just when it seemed that China was going softer on its own residents, resident game makers, and the past growers put them on top globally. Tide change with the new Chinese anti-gaming regulation. China wants to crack down on regular logins. So basically, well then, if you hate Gacha, they just want money. Of course, everyone wants just your money. They don't care about you. They just want your money, dude. But if you hate Gacha that much, just go to China. Just live there or something. Yeah, they want to like crack down or like prohibit regular login rewards. So that would like completely destroy this like FOMO. Oh, I have to play the game every day. I have to at least log in every day. And if you log in and you're like, well, I'm here so I can do other shit. They want to crack down on that. They want to crack down on first-time purchases. So it's like, oh yeah, first, like Clash of Clans has that. Like if you hit Town Hall 2 or 3 or 5 or 6, you get like special offers for that, right? Or it's like, oh yeah, well, if the first time you buy, like behavior, actually that Bayonetta does the same thing. It's like, oh, the first time you buy something, we'll like smack something on top. You get like a little charm and shit like that, right? And there's like a bunch of games that do that with like, buy something for like 10 bucks and you get like 5 bucks in like extra currency on top of that. And that's how they get you most of the time. Genshin Impact has that too, I think. Like, if the first time you buy something, it's like, oh yeah, buy 10 pulls. If it's your first buy, you get like another 10 pulls or something, I think. I remember I bought something actually when I played the game for like 5 bucks or so, and it was like more value because it was my first purchase. Then also, wait, where was it? And topping up of account balances would be made illegal. What does that mean? Balances would be made illegal, so you can't have account balances like in-game currencies, right? If I understand that correctly. Have you seen Clash of Clans China? I don't actually. Is it that bad or how is it? But they really want to do that. Like, I've heard a lot of that. Well, let me see what else. More nebulous threats such as enforced pop-ups to warn players of irrational playing behavior set to be introduced. So basically, there's like, oh, careful, you're spending irrationally a lot of money. Every Genshin Impact player every 5 minutes be like, get that shit out of my face, man. They have ticket currency which you can use to buy gems. Oh, okay. And the ticket currency, how does that work? Is that like real money or how does it work? Furthermore, games will no longer be allowed to offer probability-based luck draw features to minors. Oh, so, you buy it with money. Okay. They also want to prohibit that you can like have loot boxes and shit for minors. That's actually a good thing. That's like a rare China W, I think, right? Like, I don't know if I'm wrong here, but this is actually a good thing. Ending the loot boxes and gacha monetization seen in hundreds of games. Actually, I don't know how that will like spread to the whole world, but I think the market of gacha and shit in Asia, or like Japan, Korea, and China is so big. I think when China ends it, maybe developers have to find another way to promote their shit because it's just not like valuable to them anymore because they want to appeal to the Chinese market because it's just such a massive, giant fucking market. Maybe we'll see some changes that would be good because otherwise just like Genshin Impact would get killed in China, right? If they did that. And publishers will have to enforce limits on how much money can be spent in-game and will be banned from enabling the auction or speculation of in-game items. Wait, so I know Counter-Strike is not big in China, I think. So, but that would mean you can't auction or sell in-game items for like real money, right? And publishers will also have to enforce limits on how much money can be spent in-game. So like in general or like in a certain, like, is it like, oh yeah, in 1 month you can only like pay $100 and then it's blocked? Or is it like, if you pay over $1,000 in this game or like yen or whatever they have, I don't know the currency to be honest, you could just get blocked. I know 1,000 yen, like the equivalent. $1,000 in the equivalent of $1,000 in yen. Wait, Reuters reported that Tencent shares fell as much as 16%. Dude, 16% for Tencent is a lot. Like, that's League of Legends, that's Valorant, that's everything, right? Tencent has... I think Tencent also has Genshin Impact, this, like, Star Road or, like, Railroad Star shit kind of gacha game that there also is. They have a lot, right? While NetEase shares dropped as high as 25%. That's a lot, right? it's uncertainty. Okay, so it's not certain. I see. All of which leaves precisely which in-game actions and what kind of gameplay is not illegal. Entirely open to debate. Okay, so it's basically... Okay, so it's entirely open to debate what's like illegal now and what's not, and they haven't really like done anything. They aim to safeguard and promote the healthy and prosperous development of the online gaming industry. If that's really their plan, that would be a fucking rare China W, as I said before. That would be really good, right? And the administration said, National Press and Public Administration said and banned forbidden online game content that endangers national unity. Okay, well, we're going like from the W more into the L side now. And endangers national security or harms national reputation and interests. Okay, so they basically just don't want any idiots spending all their money on Genshin Impact. That's what I read out of that. They're like, you need the money to like pay it into our like economy and get shit. Don't give it to Genshin Impact, you idiot. But I think Genshin Impact is also like a Chinese company, isn't it? As such, all Chinese game makers risk expensive development. The result is that China's game developers are now in stasis, unable to continue to do business, and yeah, that's kind of... They kind of screwed like the gaming industry there. I think they don't care about that a lot, but they kind of screwed it, right? Because they can't really do anything until they know what like is legal and what is illegal. That's kind of a problem. AKA not the kind of business that any investors would like to sink their money into. Yeah, so basically investors are going to like shy away from giving money to Chinese developers because they don't know what like what will be illegal and illegal. Sorry, I'm having a stroke right now. The new rules are planned to be introduced sometime after that, January 22nd in 2024. That's like 2 weeks from now or something. Nah, like yeah, that's 2 weeks. What the fuck? Well, a bit less than 2 weeks, like 1 week and 3 days or some shit. Right now, clause 64 of the draft leaves the effect month and day of the new legislation to kick in as X and XX respectively. So they don't really know when. So I think, to be honest, I think it's a good thing that they try to crack down on gacha games because they're predatory, especially for kids. If a fucking 30-year-old spends all of his money like from his like job on gacha games, I don't give a shit, right? That's still a gambling addiction and shit. But I don't care as much because you're a fucking adult. You are supposed to like look out for what's best for you. If you do it, that's bad. But also people like are alcoholics, people smoke, people use drugs. It's whatever. But I think if you're like a minor, you're like very, very easily influenced. And like gambling addiction and like gacha games addiction, that shit hits hard, right? That shit hits really hard. And I think this is like a good thing, actually. I don't like how they like try to implement it with like the, oh yeah, well, it's going to take place then. It's all like very wishy-washy. You don't know what's going to be illegal, what's going to be legal, as I said before. That's very bad because like it just screws every developer in China. Although, as I said, they probably don't care about it, right? But yeah, this is good, in my opinion. Very good. Ending loot boxes and gacha, as I said, very, very good. Also, I like that the where was it? The first time purchases and shit. That's also very good because that was also it's just like, oh well, it just like takes away the incentive to spend money in a game, and I just don't like it because the game shouldn't be focused around just spending money, right? They're literally games after like 10 minutes of playing, they bombard you with like, oh wait, hey, buy something. It's like this fucking Harry Potter phone game, or it's like Clash of Clans does the same shit. Brawl Stars also. Brawl Stars just does it in his shop, but it's still annoying, right? And like a shit ton of games do that, and it's so annoying. I think also Dead by Daylight does it, like on mobile. They ask you also like, hey, you want to buy some Auric cells? You get something cool. That's fine. That's also very good, I think. And as I said before, like you don't know how that like translates to the whole world, like how the studios will react. But I think since China's that big of a market, they will probably have to adapt, right? They can't like just, they would make big minus as here with Tencent, like the shit isn't even the shit isn't even enforced right now, and Tencent fell by 16% because everyone is pulling out their dick out of the fucking cake right now. I think this will like change the gaming industry up a little bit, or like a lot, depending on like either it's like nothing, And it's like, oh, well, it's like some weird clauses that only apply to Chinese developers, and it's going to be like really bad for them, but for the rest of the world, it's like, oh, well, whatever. I don't think that, though. It could be that, or it could be really big. I'm not sure, but I tend to go more to the side of like it just being really big, right? I think that's more it. At least because, like, as I said before, massive market, people have to adapt, a lot of money there. If China really pulls through with that, people have to adapt. There's no other way. Because the market is so big. You could maybe be like, oh, well, I'm just going to focus on like Europe and America. But that's not really. They want like, they just don't want a piece of the cake. They want the whole fucking pie, right? Or like the whole cake, right? They want everything. And they can't if China just like makes their games illegal. They have to adapt. And I think either there's going to be like a Chinese version of games. But I don't know how these like rules act. If it's like, oh, if you do like if you make like Chinese Clash of Clans, if you make like Chinese Genshin Impact, it's fine, and for the rest of the world it stays the same. Or if they're like, if you ever use these practices anywhere, you're just not allowed here. But I don't think they will do that, right? Maybe it's going to be like that every developer has to make like a Chinese version where they like adjust how they like monetize the game to like the new rules, and in the rest of the world it will stay the same. I would say either that or like a big pop. But I think it's either that they just like make Chinese versions of the games, right? There's bad things that are really, really a good deal, but people do waste money even else. Yeah, everyone wastes money. But my point is, if it's predatory on children, because like children are easily addicted to shit, right? And gambling is like really bad. Like these loot boxes, you get like children on the fucking leash with that. They're like, they can't stop that shit. And this is like some kind of thing like I'd say personally it's good that they changed that.